Hello, happy January. It's 2017, a year none of us thought we would ever see. Well, that's not true. Nobody ever thought about 2017 until it actually happened. Nobody actually thought about basketball before it happened either. Maybe James Naismith. We're going to talk about basketball. James Naismith is not going to join us. My name is Tom Beamer. Occasionally throughout the rest of the basketball season, Nick Benish will be wandering in to put me in timeout. But the timeout to start right now goes to Winnebago. Winnebago at 10-1. Their only loss is actually to a Class A team, Omaha Central, 97-86, in one of the most entertaining basketball games, high school basketball games I've ever seen. Back and forth scoring. Both teams were able to fill the net throughout the contest. And then Winnebago had to bounce back and play three very solid teams, three-state tournament cauliflower teams. We'll go with cauliflower. At the Wisner-Pilger Holiday Tournament. In the opening round, they defeated Neligh-Oakdale, then they beat Ponca, then they beat Lutheran High Northeast to win the championship. But those last two wins for the Indians were very close. In fact, the win over Ponca, the Ponca Indians had a chance to tie the game at the buzzer, but a late shot was a little bit long. And then the next night in the championship game against Lutheran High Northeast, the Indians actually trailed 39-31 in the third quarter, were able to rally and take the lead, but Lutheran High Northeast, like Ponca the night before, had a chance at the buzzer, but Hunter Spears' what would have been game-winning three-pointer was just a little bit long, and the Eagles suffered their first loss of the year. Talking a little bit about Lutheran High Northeast, at 8-1 so far this year. The Eagles look like the team to beat in Class D1. It all starts with the point guard, Riley Berner. He's averaging only 9 points per game, but this kid is averaging 7.4 assists per game. Most of the coaches I've talked to, and I see it myself, that's where the Lutheran High Northeast offense begins. Berner is very skilled at distributing the ball to his teammates, penetrating the lane, and getting the ball to guys like this. That's Caleb Gebhardt dunking home the back half of the alley-oop. Caleb Gebhardt right now, 24.1 points per game, the scoring leader for Lutheran High Northeast. At 6'6", he's a lot like Winnebago's David Winget, and that he can play inside and outside, a very tough guard for opponents, a big reason why the Eagles are 8-1. Lutheran High Northeast in a difficult district as we move on in the season with both Randolph and Osmond. Little note about them, they began the season rated number 1 and 2 in the area. Randolph beat Osmond 64-60, one of 3 losses for Osmond so far this year. But for the Tigers, those losses are by a combined 8 points. And the loss to Randolph included playing against a player in Logan Nordhus, who is now over 1,000 points for his high school basketball career. A couple other quick notes on area players. Grant White of Neligh-Oakdale is now the school's all-time leading scorer. That came before he played against Winnebago in the Wisner-Pilger Holiday Shootout, also known as the Shootout on the Elkhorn. As the season wears on, we're going to get more specific, but we had a whole month to watch and kind of get a feel for what's going on. And right now it looks like Class C2, like last year, is very loaded with area teams. Class C1 a little bit better this year in the area than it was last year, perhaps. Class D1, I mentioned, Lutheran High Northeast, Osmond, Randolph. Class D2, we didn't even talk about Class D2, but how about Winside off to a 5-2 start? We're going to have highlights from Winside's game with Walt Hill next week on Timeout. Until then, I'm Tom Beamer.